One of the things I wanted to ask is this record deal with Roadrunner has ended. You had a great, amazing run with Roadrunner, and now you all are, to the best of my knowledge, sort of free agents.
Yeah.
And I feel like the sky is the limit for Slipknot now, where you can do anything you want, really, at this point, I suppose. Yeah. And I wonder, how does that change the band? What are you seeing? There's been a few months now that have passed. Is there any signs of what you all have ideas about what you want to do, whether it materializes or not?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely something we're talking about, you know. The relationship with Roadrunner towards the end wasn't even close to the way it was when it first started. A lot of that had to do with the Great Call of 2012, when they fired basically everybody we knew, and then just kept proceeding to fire everybody who loved working with us. It's one of the reasons why we and our management company 5B had to start creating departments that could fill in the blanks for what Roadrunner no longer was. Roadrunner had gone from the pinnacle of being the #1 metal and rock label, really to stand up with the big boys.
Yeah.
It went from that to being a hallway in Warner Brothers, and it was embarrassing. The people who we were working with, the majority of the people we were working with, they didn't care. The guy who ran it certainly didn't give a shit. He was not too long ago let go, so good riddance to him. We, you know, at a time when we should have been their breadwinner and this band that they should have been really looking after, they were ashamed of us.
Wow.
And they just kept trying to push all of these other bands around us, in spite of us in a lot of weird ways, man, you know? And nothing against those bands at all.
Sure, totally.
Nothing, they, you know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. They allocate the budgets, the labels. You're right. It's nothing against the
bands. But at the same time, you're talking about a label who was really only still around because of the work that we were doing.
Yes.
And a lot of the shit that we were selling.
Right.
And a lot of shit. I mean, it's fucking.
They came into prominence with Slipknot, you know.
Well, we were the first band to go platinum for them.
Right.
And we were the first band to give them a #1. Well, I can't say that because Nickelback did it, I believe.
Sure.
But then we came back later, but we consistently sold millions and millions and millions. So for them to basically, I mean, we were always the bastard kid to them.
Yeah.
You know?
And
so, well, to kind of circle back to what your question was. Now that we're not on that label, now that we own our own destiny.
Yes.
And we can do whatever we want. It's kind of exciting again, because now we don't have to run our ideas by anybody.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to try and force it through this corporate filter, which they were always trying to do, and we just kept telling them to f*** off.
Right.
We were going to f***ing do what we wanted to do.
Right.
So now we can almost do carte blanche, you know. I mean, there's a handful of things that we're talking about doing right now. But the cool thing is there's no timeline. We don't have to have a timeline. You know, we could put something out if we want to. We can go in and write a bunch of shit together, and then, you know, maybe pick the 4 or 5 best songs from it and just release that, see what happens, you know. We don't really know, you know, like right now we're just trying to kind of get through these next shows and, you know, do our thing so we can catch our breath, kind of see what's next.
Right.
But I know that some of the guys are chomping at the bit to write, you know, which is cool. It's been a long time since we've all been really excited to kind of get in the same room again and throw fucking ideas out.
Yeah, man.
Really kind of go old school with it. So that's where we're at.
That's
we're
great.
Still you know, we can still feel that passion kind of
Yeah.
plopping up again. So that's going to be exciting.